Good morning.
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 How's everybody doing? We got a wild Moopsie and a farmer Michelle. How are ya?
Doing great. It's going to be a 3-day weekend this weekend.
3-day weekend.
Yeah,
I'm so
doing
excited.
great.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you two here, and myself, it's great to be here. Thanks for joining in. This is our Common Ground Town Hall. We've been doing this for 2 years, just about. And if you're on YouTube and you're not on Discord and you're looking or you're listening to us there, make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on notifications. That way, when we go live, you'll get a little alert. And you won't have to ask in Discord, did we start or not? So, that being said, let's say hi to our friends. We got, I'm going to go in reverse order in Discord. Dubstep Rod, Grok This, Edie Lugs, happy Friday to you too. Lacey Lumberjack with the yeehaw. Noodles. Will Bake. Good to see ya. Thought I saw. Yeah, there's a Dark Magician. Nacho G. Good morning. And Rain. Lexel. We got Az, I guess. I almost didn't want to say that out loud. And Metamug. And I hope y'all are doing great. Hey, Moise. Good to see you. So, and Drew PH. Well, awesome to see everybody as usual. Remember, we do our live questions, and we also do the questions ahead of time. So if you want to fill it out ahead of time, maybe you can't make it, you're going to tune in later to the recording. We'll post that link right now. And if you want to ask us while this is going on live, you could ask us. So feel free either way to submit questions to us. Let's see. Headlines. Farmer Michelle, what's up?
Hey, see, the headlines I got here, we've got that the Mirror Event rewards went out already. They went out, last Friday, I think, like right after the town hall. Riant did a great job with those. The Google Doc is updated with the leaderboard list if you needed to see it at all. So that's there. It's right in the FAQs where it normally lives. The ones for this week, the wine case probably won't be out today, but they should be out on Monday. Riant's on vacation, so I don't think he's going to come back from vacation early to send out rewards today, but who knows? He might, but probably not. So I would expect those on Monday. Also, a reminder about your retention NFTs. So this month we've got the wax storage. The way to get those is the common one. If you have to sell 10 trades over the course of the month and 10 days over the course of the month and 25 trades. The uncommon one is just for node owners. You just have to run your node like 6 hours a day for at least 10 days. The rare one, you have to play 25 days of the month and make 75 trades. That's the tough one, but I know you guys can do it. And then you get that rare storage. Holds 40, I think. It's a pretty good storage.
That's not bad, though. 75 trades in a month?
Yeah. You just have to remember to log in every day.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything we should be careful about before we go on to our game updates?
And everybody should always be careful from scammers. They're definitely out there. I didn't get as many messages this week about them, so maybe it was a light week for scammers, but they're still there, so always be on the lookout. Make sure you're not clicking bad links. No one's going to send you a direct message. Even things like email scams. I think there was some emails that were going out to people that looked like they were from us and weren't from us. So definitely be careful. Make sure you know where things are coming from. Always double verify with, I don't know, people in Discord or someone who works on the team before you do anything with any links.
Yeah, great advice.
Don't give away your seed phrase. Those are your keys. You wouldn't give away your keys to your house.
That's
Don't give
right.
away the keys to your wallet.
You wouldn't download a car. Listen, old.
I wish it were that easy.
Well, let's move on to game updates before I make any other mid-90s references. That was late 90s. Guilds went live last Friday. We had, for y'all who know what like Git commits are, it's source control and stuff like that. And it's it's basically when you submit a saved document to the team, and it's source control usually, right? So if a dev works on a feature, if it's small, like a button or something, he might make 2 or 3 Git commits. And we had, I want to say around 1,800 Git commits for the guild feature. And that's just on the front end. And that's a lot of work. And that was over the course of many months. And the number of bugs that came back were disproportionately low. This is one of our least buggy features. Now, of course, we did get some, but overall, just as the engineer nerd over here looking in on how it went compared to the lines of code that were changed, super happy with the team. And but that being said, if you find some, let us know. DM if it's some private bug or exploit or something. DM me or Farmer Michelle or Wild Moopsie or Reant. Just let us know, and we're always responsive. So that being said, we fixed the immediate problem. The biggest one was you couldn't place some certain NFTs, so I fixed that myself. And then the rest are going through enhancements, like features, bugs like that. We're going through the list. We're prioritizing them, and looking forward to getting that stuff out to you in a timely manner. So, really happy with that. I enjoy it. I hope that you guys can see where we're going with it. This is just Guilds V1, by the way. Wild Moopsie has all sorts of things planned for us. And what you'll see next, like where Guilds really, really shines, like, of course, it's awesome for competitions, and we're doing a guild competition. All that's cool. But as a segue into our next feature, daily challenges, that's where I think guilds will really shine, because with daily challenges, you're going to earn points depending on which NFTs you have, if those are earning NFTs. And you're going to have a daily challenge that Wild Moopsie designs. Probably most of these are going to be trading related, right? Wild Moopsie, it'll be some commodity.
Yeah, that's the first one. Like, just trade X amount of this stuff, and you should get you should be eligible for the awards.
Nice.
Eligible.
Yeah. And it'll, depending on how the Moopsie is feeling that week or whatever on the gameplay. It might be really easy some days. It might be really hard. I don't know. I haven't seen all those. But the point of the reason I bring it up is that we're already working on that. It's a really well scoped out, very clean design. Nowhere near as big as guilds. So we're all really excited to get to work on daily challenges. And then being able to use your guild to share with game data only, to share your NFT with your guild. Not doing it as a chain operation, not renting things out, not needing allowances or transfer codes or any of that. It's just all within the game, sharing your NFT with your guildmates, letting them use it to earn, and then you getting, as the owner of that NFT, a percent of what they would have earned is a really cool feature that I'm personally really excited about. I think you'll really enjoy that quasi rental system, if we want to call it that, or a royalty system, maybe. So, daily challenges is well underway. We're all super excited about it. Moopsie's done all these cool Figma interactive wireframes and everything. The art, we already have art for all that. So, yeah, that's our game updates. Let's see. Sharing is caring. Well, I don't. If you're referencing the wireframes, I don't. I don't usually share straight out of Figma. Last week or the week before, I did share the idea of what we're going to be putting in when you claim your reward, and it'll tell you why each NFT earned what it did and how much it earned. So that'll be useful. And yeah, so let's move on to the Q&A. Let's see. First, this is the stuff that people send in ahead of time. So these are the questions that y'all filled out on the form. First one is, I'm the leader of a guild with 20 members. I was hacked twice. Oh, crap. I was hacked twice in the last year. My NFTs were stolen. Ugh. Oh, man. Okay. Now only I can share NFTs. And of course, I have no valuables left. Okay. Oh, when can you? Oh, okay. So this person is asking, when can somebody other than the guild leader share? Well, first of all, sorry you got hacked, man. That's terrible. Secondly, it's on the roadmap, right? Like while Moopsie has plans, we've talked about it. We want this to be everybody can contribute, and V1 is just, well, let's make it so that the guild leader does it. Next will probably be, I don't know, what do you say, officers and members, right? We're never going to let recruits share, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think the at least one of the features I have is the permission control will be like an actual feature that each guild can just configure on their own. So eventually,
Oh,
it should be on the entire guild that they can set. Oh, so officers and leaders, or officers, leaders, members, and recruits if they wanted to.
okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, next question is for Wild Moopsy. Is from Vulture.
Ooh.
Will it be true, as per the Townstar Node Reborn Medium article, that only node operators, he might mean owners, only node operators will have the ability to add NFTs to a guild library? Is it true that
Oh, is this kind
only?
of related to the previous question where,
Yeah.
for now, obviously only the guild leader can, but like we've been saying, hopefully the next feature set will improve permission controls, and more than just the guild leader will be able to share their NFTs.
Okay. Yeah. Just one Vulture. Just want to let you know we read your question, and there it is. Okay. Let's see. Third question: will you add a sales log in the game? A lot of people want this. Yeah. Eventually, yes. After the promises and everything, we want to see all sorts of audit logs. I'm personally a nerd about charts and drafts. I want to see like which commodities are growing the fastest, which ones are being destroyed the fastest. I love that in all the sims that I play. So yeah, after we fulfill our promises, be an awesome feature. Next one is for Wild Moopsy. This player asks, will there be separate
Okay.
guild and individual games in the same week? I don't want to compete in a guild type competition. I prefer single player.
Yeah,
So,
we'll still have the weekly competition, but I understand, like, I think for this first guild challenges, like, it's gonna take over the slot of the solo competition. But it's something that
mm,
we'll have to look into, right? We only have so much Gala that we can give out each week, right?
mm-hmm, fair. Okay. Now this one's for Farmer Michelle. From now on, are only those who are in a guild, are those the only ones who will be able to compete, or will solo players continue to be competing normally? Oh, well, same as before, but what do you say, Farmer Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, for this week in particular that's coming up, it is a guild event, so you have to be in a guild in order to get rewards. But for normal weeks, like the one after this next week, where it's just a regular competition again, you don't need to be in a guild. I mean, being in a guild will benefit you because then you may have potential NFTs that you can rent, and you may, collaborate with your friends and grow close to a group of people who can help you out to do better with your builds. So it's definitely in your best interest to join a guild, but I certainly can't tell you have to join a guild.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely for this event that's coming up next week, you will have to be in a guild to be on the leaderboard and win rewards.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. And we're planning to run it like once a month, these guild competitions. And
Hmm. And there were even some designs too where it wasn't specifically a guild competition, but rather that, well, that we had a whole separate UI and everything, right? Which I don't think we've shared with the players yet, but I
oh no,
know,
not yet. That's also
yeah,
part of the V2 that we wanted to, an
yeah.
actual guild competition. Yeah.
I remember all the wireframes we did for that. It was pretty cool. Well, next one, Wild Moopsy. Hey, will you personally, or maybe just Gala, sell corrupted packs again? There are over 1K unopened packs available.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not too sure,
Corrupted.
but I think it's a maybe, right? That's up to normally Riant. I think he's the one that
Okay.
does all the sales side stuff.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we can
And,
certainly check with him, see if he wants to.
Yeah.
and when will you bring in new players?
I think our plan right now is to kind of fix up our early game, or make it more new player friendly, and then that's probably the best time to kind of get new players to come back into the game.
Okay. Here's a gameplay question about a particular NFT. Can the natural energy plant worker deliver energy directly to buildings that need it, since this is already a legendary NFT? What do you think, Farmer Michelle?
Oh, sorry, I was chatting in Discord. We can definitely look into it. I don't foresee that one changing at all. There definitely isn't any plans currently to change it, so I don't think it will be changing. But we can
Oh, okay.
look into it.
How about the uncommon steel storage? What about that
What
distribution?
I know about that is that some of them did go out and some of them didn't go out. There was so the script that we had to run was different this time around because we switched to the node NFTs and it was the first time we'd use the NFTs versus like regular nodes. So if you think you were supposed to get one and you did not get one, that's entirely possible. Just put in a support ticket. We've already got a list going and there's a second distribution planned.
Okay, sounds good. Another one for Farmer Michelle. Can Zealy rewards continue, please?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get rid of Zealy. I did talk to a Ninja Surprise all week after the Zealy like reached its max of XP for the month. For anyone who's unaware, this Zealy has like a max number of experience that any team can get for the month, and we reached that, so it's pretty much shut down for the next however many days are left in the month. It's like 4 or 5 days now. So
Uh,
this month is over. I'm not sure what we're doing for May's rewards or anything. That I don't think Ninja Surprise has figured out, but I'll continue to talk to him next week and we'll figure it out. But we did go through all the different quests that are currently in Zealy and like weeded some out and made it so it's smaller and there's less options to get XP now. So for the month of June, we're hoping that we won't run out of XP throughout the course of the month. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes and change it again if we have to.
nice. What metas are planned for June?
Well, what I can tell you so far is that there are 3 new crafts in the month of June. There's 1 new crafting building. 2 of the new crafts are in old crafting buildings, and 1 of them is in the new crafting building. And there's 1 old meta in the month of June, and that old meta is 4 cheese pizza.
Hmm. Um, let's see. Can you provide more details regarding the upcoming guild competition? What's the pool prize? What's the reward structure look like? What do we need to do prior to the competition to invite players, etc.?
Okay, so more details about the guild competition. We did just create that channel last night, which I made an announcement about. So there is a guild specific channel in the Discord now. If you're still looking for a team or looking for people for your team, definitely head over to that guild's channel and make a post in there. See if you can recruit some players or find somebody who's willing to recruit you. That's the best way to get on a team currently. The reward structure is in the announcements. I'll post it again in the Discord, but that is per team. We have chatted a bit. Awesome. I hear it's right on the screen on YouTube, so you can see it there. We have chatted a bit about maybe changing the reward structure going forward, making there like minimum numbers of people you need to have on a team, or making a max reward per person per team, so that one person can't get all of the guild rewards just to themselves for not inviting their friends to play on their team. We do want to encourage team play and collaboration, so we don't want any solo people really to win. I mean, they can, I guess, this week unless we decide to change it, but we won't know that until Riant comes back from vacation.
Okay.
So,
And the goal is like the reason it's a guilds thing is to encourage teamwork and everybody
definitely,
being a part of the team.
it's yep. The whole point of it should be to try to share in your experience, to share your NFTs with people who might not have them. It's a great time and a great opportunity for newer players or players who have been around for a while but just don't have NFTs to join a team and use some NFTs that they may have not used before and do better than normal and, share in the rewards with a group of people who are also learning how to use new NFTs that they've not used before with the leadership of one person.
Okay.
So be that leader, lead a team to victory.
That's right. Well, the last one is kind of a repeat question about the leaderboard. Basically, somebody asking, like, hey, can you update it while somebody's offline? So, we're not surprised when they log back in and suddenly they jump a bunch in the leaderboard. Yeah, that's part of the plans. We are fulfilling all our past promises first that were made for this product a couple years ago or more than a couple years ago. Doing all that and turning back on daily challenges, doing NFT upgrades, and then our infrastructure will be upgraded. I'm hoping early in Q4 to do the offline leaderboard stuff. So, yeah, it's a fairly complex piece of tech, so I don't want to make any promises, but yeah, people ask about it every week, and we want the leaderboard to be as accurate and as fun as possible. So there we go. Let's see. I put 4 questions in our live Q&A. This one is directed from Tamarar to Wild Moopsy. Quick question on daily challenges. Can we make those daily challenges progressively more difficult for the more dirt you're trying to claim? That would make earning a little more extra. Okay,
Oh,
incentivized.
I see.
Okay. Yeah. So what would you think about that? It's not that a player is actually going for more. Well, I guess if you have more earning NFTs, you will get more dirt, right? But they don't get to choose how much dirt they get.
Yeah, this is something that I kind of, when I designed the system, I can implement it this way where, daily challenges would kind of carry over. But I think that for our first release, it's just going to be like a new daily challenge every day from a fresh town perspective. But it's something I can look into.
Okay. Another one for Wild Moopsy. I thought guild comps were going to be dirt rewards. Will it actually be Gala instead?
Well, for this first one, it's going to be Gala.
Okay.
But I think we're going to eventually migrate to Dirt.
Makes sense. And for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, dirt, soil, Gala, and all that, check out our light paper. There's a couple little infographics in there and might help you understand the role of dirt and soil. Question for anybody, really, probably Wild Moopsy. Can we remove the road requirement for the Valentine's stand?
Yeah, that's something we could look into.
Okay. And how about the style and
think?
rides?
Farm Michelle. Oops.
Oh, sorry. What do you think, Farm Michelle, about the Valentine's stand?
Yeah.
I mean, we can look into it. All stands for sure aren't going to not have roads anymore. I know everybody keeps asking for more utility for their currently owned NFTs. I forget the initial reason why some of them started to not have roads. I think it was wheat stands, and it was just wheat stands. And then slowly people have been asking for more and more, and we just kind of give in every time. I mean, so I'm not sure if we're going to continue to do that. Eventually, no NFTs will have roads if we keep doing that. So at some point, we're going to have to put our foot down and say no. These are still going to require roads. So I don't know. Okay. But we can certainly look into it.
We can talk about it later. Yeah.
Alrighty. And yeah, same answer applies probably to style and rides. Although
those are cars,
Yeah, I was right. Wait a second. Vidv asks, make rewards. Oh, this is about the guild rewards. Make them rank wise, not bracket wise. There should be rewards difference between 51st and 100. Okay. Well, I mean, like Farmer Michelle said, we're gonna. We've shared what the current structure is, and it may be subject to change. Our goal is to make it as team oriented as possible.
Yeah, I mean, there'll always be brackets. Like there's not gonna be an individual different reward for every single rank from 1 to 1200. That there'll always be like groups of brackets. I'm certainly not trying to do math so that each individual rank gets one more Gala than the rank below it. I'm sure we could break it up a bit more than it is currently, but there'll still always be brackets.
Well, while I'm waiting on more live questions to come in, Farmer Michelle, would you be interested in doing the competition info?
Oh, definitely. So next week we've got this new craft coming that we're calling the Starlight Market Box. I know it seemed to confuse some people that we said it was going to change ingredients on occasion. That's just like for different metas. So say we do Starlight Market Box again in a month and a half, it'll be different things. It won't be whatever it is this week, which I have the wrong information here in the Notion document. But I believe it's, a cake, a jewelry set, wooden box, and one other thing that I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Boom canes.
A boom cane, that's right. I don't know why I still had the wrong ingredients listed in here. So it won't be that next time we do it. But that is what it is this time. I'm sure it's going to be very complicated and very complex, but I know you guys can do it. We did increase the star value of it from 100,000 to 200,000 because some people were concerned that players wouldn't be doing it because it was so difficult. So we made the stars higher. So go for it. I know you guys can do it. The craft time on that is 60 seconds. It's not affected by anything because it's made in the boxing facility, and that building is not affected by anything. Stored right in the warehouse, and that'll always be the same, no matter what the ingredients are for the Starlight Market Box. The biome this week is forest. It's a forest east. There's an ocean to the north. Or maybe a river to the north. I don't remember. There's an ocean to the north and then rivers to the south and the west. Yeah, that's what it is.
Nice. I always want to say that to grandmother's house we go whenever we start talking about rivers and forests. So, cool. Well, that sounds good. How about the rewards?
We just talked about the guild rewards. So it's that same guild structure. The top 50 guilds are going to get rewards.
Alrighty.
And that's that.
Nice. Well, we have no Riant today. So sad face while he's out enjoying vacation. How about for the sale today, we see if Farmer Michelle's available, and I can paste some animated images while you do it.
Sure, I can continue to talk. So the first NFT we've got going on sale today is the boxing facility. It's an epic NFT. That's the new one that's going on sale. It'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific, so just a couple hours from now. It is the same as your in-game boxing facility. It crafts all the same things, except for that it does not require a wooden box for any of those crafts. So it's all the same crafts, but no wooden boxes at all. It's also 35% faster than any in-game boxing facility, and when it's down, it will make all of your boxing facilities that are currently in your town 35% faster. That doesn't stack at all. So you can't have like two of them for a 70% craft speed increase. It'll just be 35% even if you own 10 of them. The price of that is $299.99, and there are 600 going into the store.
And it'll affect all of the other boxing?
All of the boxing facilities, yep.
Wow. Okay. And then what's the next one?
Oh, let's see. The next one we've got is one of those reworks that we've been doing for this month. This should be the last week of reworks, so we've got 2 reworks this week. The first one is a Masterful Distillery, which is a rare NFT. That one's going to be 30% off, so it's going to be $175. That'll also be going live in a few hours in the store. The old details for it were that it was an in-game brewery, had 2 brewmasters who walked twice as fast, and they charged less wages. The new specs are going to be that it's going to do that, and it's going to not require any yeast for any of the crafts. So it'll still make all the same things as an in-game brewery, but it's not going to require any yeast for your apple cider or for your mead, which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Its wages are $375 a minute. It doesn't require a road anymore, and it does not cast any shade anymore, whereas previously I think it cast like half of the shade of a regular brewery. That one. The other one is the Monumental Snowman, which is a legendary NFT. That one is 40% off, so it's going to be $210. The change on that one is that it used to be 1 passive cold, and now it's going to give 3 to 1 passive colds. It's also getting an increase in its boosting ability. So before it was a 40% craft time reduction for the Satisfactory and the Creation Lab, and a 20% boost to Professor Skid. And now it's going to be 50% across the board, so it'll be a 50% craft time reduction for the Satisfactory and for the Creation Lab, and a 50% speed boost for Professor Skid. It's going to be moving super fast.
Dude, nice.
And again, those boosts don't stack. The cold does stack like any other passive commodity would, but the craft speed boost and the walking speed boost don't stack.
Well, awesome.
That's all I've got.
Man, yeah. It's exciting. Thank you, One Odd Gent, for this.
Oh, wait, the only other reminder is that the Crystal Sanctum does go back into the stores on Tuesday. The price for that is, $990, I believe. And I think there's 100 supply left. That's the same utility as it always was before. It's just a relist of supply. Crystal Sanctum. Now I'm done.
Nice. I was trying to come up with like a Superman reference, but I don't know if I'm allowed to do that because that's not our IP.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I haven't seen too many other live questions. Haven't seen any bug reports live, which is nice. Sometimes people get in our Discord and they're like, Volcron, fix this bug. I haven't seen any of that. No questions? Have you
Yeah,
guys
I think
seen
that
any?
the guild thing has gone pretty smoothly. There really haven't been too many bugs with this release. It's been really nice.
Yeah,
I
we
know
can
some people
thank.
were having problems finding their friends on the leaderboards, but that seems to have been resolved by people like removing spaces and stuff. So if you are still having problems, just try like changing your name.
Mhm.
But most of that seems to be worked out pretty easily.
Yeah, I could give the nerdy reason why that's the case, but um, I guess I could distill it down to say if there's no match at all, you won't get any results for your search. If there are too many matches, like if you typed Gala, because we have all these Galaxian accounts, Gala would turn up. If there are too many matches, you won't get any results. So, a little bit, we're aware of it. We decided to go live with that anyway because it's some deep technical stuff on our back end on our search, but that is logged as an active bug that we need to work around. So, fix. Let's see. Oh, Lazy Lumberjack, Winvox and CGW. Well, that's part of the plan, right? Part of our promises. If you want the tech details, the main thing holding us back is just that we have to do live asset loading, which Godot does support. We did a proof concept for that. Looked pretty good. But because all Voxes are unique, or at least the ones for this game are, and they're randomly generated, we can't exactly force your browser to download all 3.4 gigs, which is, I think, the current size of it, ahead of time, right? Play Canvas had better support for loading these 3D assets across the web in the form that we currently use it. And yeah, so we have done the proof of concept. Short answer is sometime after daily challenges and around NFT upgrades at some point, if that answers you. Moizim, this is for Wild Moopsy, actually. Will we be able to step down as guild leader to join another guild?
Oh, I think that for now
Yes.
you
You
can
want to
step
take it?
down. Well, it's more. Well, it's more like you can you join the other guild, but then your guild becomes inactive. Actually, wait. I'm trying to think like how. It gets confusing for me because I there's the version we have out and there's the V2 version in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think. I
But
think right now
probably
you
at some
can't leave
point,
a guild, right? Yeah.
right?
At
Not
some
not
point
as a leader.
we'll fix that. Yeah.
Yeah, we added some tools this week for people to be able to nuke guilds a little more thoroughly. What went live on Friday did not have all the nuking capabilities that we wanted, and
Ah,
nuking or
yes, there.
disbanding a guild is part of the guild leader stepping down. So we did the back end first, and eventually we'll add the button.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Let's see. We have a from Ben Blast. I know that person.
Me too.
Obligatory win farmbot question. Hey Ben Blast, good to see you, man. Win farmbot. Well, I know we have bots in general planned for the guild. That was one of the tabs that we didn't go live with, right? Do you want to talk about bots at all, Wild
Yeah.
Moopsy, or hold off?
I think for the farm bot in particular, as with a couple of the other bots, we're still waiting for crypto crafting, right? I don't believe that it's even an actual bot yet. It's still just a bunch of parts, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got to
Yeah,
wait for that tech on the chain first before we can get it into game.
yeah.
But I know Bitbender had talked about that a couple of weeks ago in ahead of the game, so some work is happening on it, but I'm not 100% sure where it's at.
I could tell you a little bit. So as we do NFT upgrades, you guys might just hear about it on the AMA as we're officially working on it, but we have to plan this stuff out, as much in advance as we can. So some of the proof of concepts that we've done involve how are we going to safely launch upgradable NFTs in a way that we kind of put them on, or upgradable, let's say, units, in-game units, like upgrade materials and things like that. How are we going to let people upgrade things in a way that non-destructively does it in the safest way possible? My family calls me like Captain Safety, but we don't want to go live and have you experiment with your super expensive NFTs, right? So the thought was we would first go live at some point later this year, Wild Moopsy, Reant, this is subject to change, right? But from a tech
Yeah.
perspective, we ship with a low stakes upgradable NFT or three of them, right? You combine them and maybe they're color based. So, red and blue makes a purple as an upgrade or whatever. Two reds make a deep red, whatever. Once we're sure that that whole transaction system's working, that we have the tools to support it, we can see the logs. Because if you played in crypto games, sometimes things get stuck and you got to contact support. We'll make it as self-service as possible, make it awesome. And then once we're sure that's 100% bulletproof, then we'll turn it on for the real NFTs, which will include things, all sorts of crazy crafting, like obviously all those bot parts we got. Wild Moopsy, I think you said there were like 200 or 300 bot parts or something like that, unique, like screws
Oh,
and
is that me?
yeah,
There are definitely a lot of bot parts I see.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
you'll be eventually able to craft those things.
yeah, yeah. So we're excited about it, making plans now. Um, let's see. Moise says, "Well, Moopsy, I don't want my guild to get destroyed and lose the name or flags and so on." Oh, but you could. Why? Maybe I'm missing the context. Why would your guild get destroyed?
I'm not sure if he was talking about also not being a leader of his guilds. I don't know if that was the same person who asked that question earlier,
Hmm.
but if you don't want to be the leader of your guild, but you want your guild to stay around, you can transfer your node NFT to someone else, and then they can become leader, like temporarily, if you wanted to join another guild for a week or something. But if you, as the leader, like leave the guild, it's gonna destroy the whole guild, or it'll be inactive. Or, whatever we decide to do. I'm not sure exactly where that's gonna go, but while you're the leader, you
Yeah, it's
can't be in
definitely going
another
to lead on
guild.
that. Yeah, if you're a leader of a guild, you should be leading a guild and not be joining someone else's. It's kind of the idea.
Mm-hmm. Um, did you two join guilds? Are there any guilds or should I not ask that? Is that top secret?
Yeah, let's just
Because
yeah.
we don't, because we don't share that, right? Maybe that would be something nice to have in the game to see who's on what guilds. That was part of our initial plan, right? For guilds to be able to inspect them. Pretty sure it
So
was.
that you
It
could,
was
so
the
the players
wireframe.
could see who was on each guild. I mean, it'd be cool if we
Yeah,
had like a
like
guild leaderboard, or if there was a way to identify on the leaderboard who's in which guild.
yeah, be fun.
Yeah,
Maybe
that would
see in the
definitely be cool.
leaderboard itself, see like the guild icon beside it with a little popover. So,
Yeah, that would be really nice, actually.
well, we have no other live questions. I think everybody's tapering out there, right? What if you buy a node secondhand and it already? Oh, that's a good one actually. What if you? So basically, what if you acquire a node and it already has a guild on it? I can tell you,
I
you
mean, that would be the
become.
same as if somebody transferred it to you, right? So yeah.
Hmm. Yep, you become the leader. I think that was part of the value proposition, right, or the utility
Yeah.
was, hey, I'm gonna, I run this awesome guild. Here's my NFT. you know, rate it differently. Is there anything you missed from Old Town Star that's not in CGW? Oh, that's a great
That's a
question.
good question.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. Everybody remembers Mark, right? SageMaker. Um, he liked the way that Play Canvas rendered the graphics. Like even though we're using the same models and everything, he felt like there was a different kind of a style that he enjoyed there. So uh, he has said that. What's something you miss, Farmer Michelle, about the old Town Star?
I miss Land Rush. I enjoyed Land Rush quite a bit. I loved
Oh,
that great amount of anxiety you would get 5 minutes before the event started to try to rush around the world map and try to find the spot that you wanted and hope for the best. The amount of like extra planning you'd have to do to just in case you didn't get a spot with two mountains, or you got two mountains in a different location than the ones you had planned on, and you had to prepare for more different variables because you didn't know exactly what your town was going to look like until, well, the second the event started.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, the
I
name
do miss that.
Smoogie. Yeah.
What's the name?
Oh, Townstar
Oh,
versus
name.
CGW.
Got it. Got
Oh
it.
well, yeah.
Lazy Lumberjack hated Land Rush. Um, I was surprised the first time I played the game. I was like, wait a second, it's I can't have the same distance from towns as everybody else. um, what would you think about that,
I
Wild
do
Moopsie?
agree that most people disliked it.
How would you envision making a maybe not a level playing field, but a playing field where everybody has some sort of option, like multi-dimensional sales planning, right? Like,
Well,
what are your thoughts on that?
I was thinking about this like when I was at least conceptualizing guilds, where each guild would have kind of like that kind of map, and then they can determine where they're going to be on that map for that guild, right? So you can plan as a guild who's going to go where, who's going to make what, things like that.
Hmm.
But that's like far into the future, or it's just an idea.
Hmm.
That would be cool if guilds could like share resources, kind of like we used to in the old version of the game, where
Yeah,
like guilds would team up, and one person on the guild would just make the lumber, and one person would just make the gasoline, and one person
yeah,
would just
yeah.
make
That's
wool.
kind of the idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did enjoy that part of the gameplay as well. And that would be much
Grundy.
easier now with offline play. I remember having problems with that before, where like you're trying to get a hold of your guildmate who lives in a different part of the world because their town is not producing enough wool currently, and everybody's towns are falling apart.
Yeah.
But you can't get a hold of them
Oh,
because they're sound asleep.
oh my
But now with
gosh.
offline play, that part wouldn't be an issue.
Here's one. I think for Guild, there should be an option for members to share their NFTs. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we want to get there, Crypto Dude. Um, we wanted to go live sooner with fewer features, see how people like the features we do deliver, and yeah, that's a common thing. Uh, we do have plans, as Wild Moopsie said earlier in the AMA, to let the guilds
Yeah.
decide who can share NFTs in the library.
There is also a guild feature feedback forum that I put in the announcements, I think earlier this week. Let me copy it and reshare it into the chat in case you guys have like feature requests or feedback on the guilds in general. Throw them right in there, and I'm going to start going through them and listing them out for the team so we can see what people are saying.
Ooh, any more questions?
Yeah, I was thinking about sharing a couple thoughts on the guild stuff. We store analytics and player events and things like that, and there's always the possibility that somebody on the team would look at, hey, this guild had the same number of players the whole time, versus another guild that maybe had one guy and then on the last day 19 people joined or something. Um, we have that kind of data to play with, and we're not making any decisions with that right now that would affect payouts or the Gala you earn. But it may make things interesting in the future, just to think about that, like different options for guild stability, if you want to call it that, or diversity. So last question, one odd gent. Wild Moopsie from Michelle, what are you having for lunch today?
What am I having for lunch today? Yesterday I went out to dinner and had some steak, and I have leftover steak, so I'll
Ooh,
probably toss it with some rice and eat it for lunch.
How about you, Mr. Moopsie?
awesome. I have some leftover chicken. I'm probably gonna make like a taco
Hmm.
with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna make some
What about
tomato
you,
soup.
Volcron? Oh, nice.
My wife's still sick, so I'm
Oh,
gonna make some. I have this really cool recipe for tomato soup involving fresh tomatoes, whatever, and then coconut milk to make it creamy. And
Nice.
yeah, it's really good. Sourdough bread, all that. Let's see. Who has time for lunch with guild planning? Camera. Well, everybody, I had a wonderful AMA. I hope you two have a great 3-day weekend. And if you're watching on
Yes.
YouTube, remember to like and subscribe, turn on notifications.
Yep.
Ping us on Discord. And have a great day. We are out of here.